This is the parade lines, exactly as if I'm one of the soldiers taking part in the Great Parade. This street is more dangerous, meaning you should stay on that side. All right, what's up everybody? This is Igor, your friendly foreigner inside Russia, and I'm gonna show you in this video how Russians celebrate the most important civilian celebration, Victory Day. If you're new to the channel, I'm Igor in Russia, and I filmed quite extensively Russia all around. So subscribe and I will show you the realistic picture of how Victory Day is celebrated. So most of you guys probably hear about the Victory Day from the Western media if you're on the Western side of the world, if you're inside a Western country or so-called Western country. Very often, most of the times, it's been depicted very wrongly. They over-politicize it. They have only the... Whoa, a helicopter. So they over-politicize it and they basically tell only the political side, and of course from the West versus East side of the point of view. They give you the ultra-political anti-Russian stance on it, when in fact it's quite different from normal people. So as a background, as we go along, I'm going to show you more from the city center, but as a background, the celebration is over the victory of fascism, of taking down Hitler's Nazi Germany. And that's why it's most important for you guys. Some of the countries have done the same thing and making a certain date, for example Independence Day, the most important day, and there's lots of like over romanticizing, etc. This is similar to that because this is the kind of Independence Day for Russia and every Soviet, ex-Soviet country as well. In the war, if you should know why this is so important, is of course that the enemy was surrounded Leningrad. Nazi Germany was surrounded Leningrad. 1 million people died in this, civilians died in this area alone, in this city alone. Then there was, enemy was standing few kilometers from Moscow, the capital. It was really, you know, back against the wall kind of a situation. So overall, Russia and the Soviet Union took the hardest hit, and unlike the western parts of Europe, it didn't fall down, and with help of the Allies, they won. And same thing with the help of Russian allies won as well on the Western front as well. 27 million Soviet and Russians died, 27 million. There is not one family that somebody died in this war. So that's a massive thing, surviving the enemy, etc. So this is why it's so important date. This is the day commemorates the victory over Nazi Germany. And everything else is quite a kind of a BS. Talking about the current events, etc. It's not. Sure, during the march parades, it is a sign of power as well, because it dates back to the victory over the Second World War, showing that we are capable and that type of stuff. Military in general also is a very important thing in Russian history, in Russia. So all of this combined, for some countries it might be very weird because you don't have that tradition. So this is like a cultural and historical tradition. So guys, I'm gonna show you what things are gonna take part, because I have participated in many, well, I've seen many of the victory days, because for me it's one of the greatest days in whole year. I wait for that for a year. It's momentous. So let's start off from the Palace Square, and this case is St. Petersburg. Similar thing happens in every main square where parades are taken. So you probably know Victory Day from Victory Day parades, right? And here we are. So these images, if you're watching St. Petersburg edition of the Victory Day parade, which is the second most important after the Red Square, this is where they are gonna take part. And this area is off limits because this is full of soldiers. The band is here playing, they march, they stand here, Then they walk around that place when the parade starts. They line up over here, and we're gonna see the lines where they are gonna march. But first, the Ministry of, or the aerial Leningrad Oblast, or maybe like a vice defense minister, I'm not sure who, is gonna take the command, and he's gonna go through, check the whole parade, crisscrossing this place. After that, you have a Russian national anthem, and then the parade starts just as I spoke. Cameras are gonna be lined up most of all from there, so you're gonna see the image, this in the background. That's why it's here. And of course, this is one of the places, historical places in St. Petersburg, where parades were taken. But officially, back in the day, it was the Mars field where the parades were taken, the place of the eternal flame. If you want to check it out, check my Google Maps and check out the Mars field. I have videos linking to that exploration. Победа, victory, 9th of May. And 9th of May is because Germany surrendered a bit later to Soviets, because they were too proud to give up to the Soviets. So they actually first surrendered because they knew that the Western people wouldn't be so harsh. Amazing places over here. So the parade is they're gonna line up over there and gonna go over here, right? The tanks are gonna roll from, and the other equipment, vehicles, gonna roll up from the Million Street, which is over there. And they're gonna drive over there, and the leading part is gonna be T-34 tank. So you're gonna go, and they're gonna travel over there. Parade, I know exactly the details. So marching parade is gonna turn left. That's where I film. And tanks are gonna roll to the right and across the bridge. So really awesome. So these are freshly painted directional lines for cars, for vehicles, for soldiers. And this is where they're gonna go. And on the right side, they're preparing sorry, you see, with the 9th of May theme, it's very often visible also this 1941 to 45. This dates back to the war, to the Great Patriotic War, which is also known as Second World War in the West. And I'm actually, guys, I am walking alongside the parade. This is the parade lines, exactly as if I'm one of the soldiers taking part in the Great Parade. Well, usually there's also a flyover, and they're gonna fly from there over there. It's been cancelled due to safety reasons, or I don't know, for other reasons. For example, it might be too windy to fly too low. They really fly really low, so they're taking different planes part. So here you see, гордимся, we are proud, помним, we remember. These are the thoughts that are officially here, for real here, not the stuff that you read about, over politicized BS that you read about. Seats in the colors of Russian flag. These seats are for VIPs only. I'm not going to be participating in that. It says гордимся, we are proud, мы помним, we remember, Днем Победы, Victory Day. VIPs only, and the civilians, the only ones who can see something is in St. Petersburg, are located there. So there's no place for civilians, because this celebration, the actual parade, is for television mostly. And this here is located, of course, on the iconic State Hermitage over there. Winter Palace. All right, guys, next we're gonna go into town. Look, how does the city look like? Whoa, the kid is running right towards the car. He's having fun, and the car is driving all right. This is how it looks like. In the evening, there's a concert over here that they're building. And of course, a lot of people taking place here. And at 10 p.m. from your typical side of the Neva River on the from Peter and Paul Fortress, they fire the fireworks salute, which is usually iconic and amazing. we're gonna continue into the city. I'm gonna tell you and show you more how the city is decorated for this remarkable day. All right, next I'm gonna show you the main street of St. Petersburg, which is Nevsky Prospect, Nevsky Avenue. Typically it's the most decorated city's street. So I'm gonna show you how it's decorated for Victory Day. And this is few days before, so everything is ready for Victory Day, which is on 9th of May. Hold up, here we go. So yes, you can see these Slava Победа in the old Soviet letters, and these colors, the ribbon in the middle is called St. George's ribbon, and it's a historically already from the Russian Imperial Army's era. It is the colors of a battle, basically, of heroism. So that's why the orange and black is associated with victory and associated with the fight against, nowadays, fight against the Nazism, the fascism, and victory over the enemy in the Second World War. So it's a patriotic color, and that's what it's all about, remembering the heroes. So the city is also, there was Бессмертный полк, it's like Бессмертный, undead, I forgot the word, basically a regiment of forever living, translation here, hold up, and that's a regiment which anybody can take part in, and I was lucky to film it. And for example, in St. Petersburg, 1 million people took part, and in 2021, for example, I was able to film it, where this city's main street was closed off, and the people carrying in the memory of their grandfathers and grandmothers who died in the war or participated, they're carrying their memories, pictures, all the way few kilometers long. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And this regiment, Бессмертный полк, regiment was organized all across the world, in different magnitudes. So really beautiful and very touching, I might say. All right, check out we in the beginning of the streets is gonna get more beautiful as we go along. But Russian tricolor flag colors, these ones here, beautifully decorated, also added to the Victory Day coloring. 1945, the year of victory, huge flag. And the city is, by the way, full of memories of that war. For example, here is one of the many places that are still, they left the original text here. It says, during the bombardment or artillery bombardment, this street is more dangerous, meaning you should stay on that side over there. And it says, in the memory of heroism of Leningradians, of 900 days of blockade. And they left this in that memory. They left this here, and there's other places where as well. Plus, you can see bombardment signs of the bombs still in the buildings. And this here, by the way, it's траурный flower. Траурный flower, meaning it's a flower. That's the flower you should most likely get if you commemorating, for example, the ones fallen in the war. It's an East European thing. You can see a lot more decorations all the way till the end of the 4 kilometers long. And not only this street, it's every main street is colored, decorated. Let's continue a little bit longer on Nevsky Prospect. As we go along, I'm going to tell you more and you can see for yourself. And you also can see busy life of Nevsky Prospect. It's going to be joyful event and the days leading up to. Speaking of the ribbons, they are sold for those who want to buy it. Kids buy the Soviet hats. I don't mean ushankas. Soviet soldiers' hats, shape of a boat. I don't know what they're called. You know, red stars, etc. But otherwise, there's also in different times, different locations, the Georgian ribbons are given out for people for free. And there's different variations what you can wear, and you can just put it in your car and actually use it throughout the year, etc. There's a DJ, a rapper there. All right, they're gonna close down, which is a rare occasion. They close down from cars the street. And it's a beautiful time because you can actually take a walk on the legendary historical streets of Nevsky. I walked on it when it's closed and it's amazing. The streets and the bridges that are en route of the military vehicles, they are all closed down for the event. So what's the atmosphere on the actual date? Sure, you can see that on my videos. That's my typical video that I usually like to do, show you the actual life, but I can explain to you. So on the actual day, people are very joyful. Most of the places are packed. People are celebrating, going out, and there's a lot of movies shown from the Soviet era. People are celebrating, going out in the parks. There's events in different parks with the patriotic events, music performances. People are in the parks, for example, walking in the military clothing of that era. You know, it's a very, it's very interesting, heartwarming, touching event, and you might people also cry. Because when you really understand what the Russian people went through to defeat the enemy. So that's about it. Hope you guys found this interesting. I just showed you a little glance into the reality of the Nevsky, basically, but this is repeated in many forms. So hope you find this interesting. I'm Igor in Russia, west to east quest. Support the channel, push like, subscribe, and see you on Victory Day. Take care and bye-bye.